Guys, Jackie here to talk about this week's Pretty Little Liars Season 6, Episode 3, Songs of Experience. I was gonna post a video yesterday, but honestly, I really just didn't know what to talk about. Because, this episode wasn't as bad as last week, but I'm still just incredibly underwhelmed by what's going on. And I feel like most of it is due to the hype that Marlene is building, like I said before. I feel like if this had been in a season where she wasn't calling it, the Summer of Answers and promising us all these answers every episode, I probably would have been okay with it. I would have been like, yeah, the episode was pretty good. But since Marlene claimed that every episode would have answers all throughout, and that by the end of this summer she would answer every question ever, I'm just so disappointed. And honestly, I don't believe anything Marlene says because I think she's just lying to us, and I don't trust her. I'm really disappointed in Marlene because I feel like if you're not gonna give me all these answers, don't tell me you are. Don't set me up for disappointment. It's just, I feel like it's not fair, and I'm really upset with her because she's promising us things that she's not giving us, and I'm so tired of it. She's got 7 weeks left, and I feel like it's not even possible for her to answer all these questions in 7 episodes. And plus, obviously she's going to have to introduce more stuff too. It can't just be a person sitting in front of a camera telling us stuff. So I just don't know how she's going to do it. I don't think she can. So I have absolutely no expectations for anything really good to happen. And I'm really upset with Marlene. My cats are fooling around, sorry. Just gotta make sure they don't get into any trouble. I don't know if you can hear them running around on there. I don't know if the camera's picking up, but it's pretty crazy. So, anyway, I'm just very disappointed in Marlene. And angry too. Disappointed in her, angry with her. I kind of want to just give Marlene a piece of my mind. She just lies all the time. I know the show's called Pretty Little Liars, but I thought the characters were the ones supposed to be the liars, not the woman who writes the show. Anyway, so I feel like Marlene saying all these things, I've said this before, her making false promises just ruins the season for me. I feel like if we hadn't been told this was going to be the Summer of Answers, so far I'd be content. But because she's been lying to us, I'm very, very pissed off. And I'm just so sick of Marlene's lying. Tell us the truth. Don't promise us things and then not give it to us. Don't say this is going to happen, whatever, if it's not. That's all. I'm just really sick of her lying. And well, it's not like she said we'd get a couple answers. She said we were going to get nothing, answers, every episode, every question ever answered by the end of summer. And I don't think she can do that by the end of August. So I'm just so sick of Marlene by this point. I'm done with her, really. Anyway, so, I'm also really upset. I've talked about this before. I'm just really upset with all the Toby hate I'm seeing. I'm going to talk about Toby and Allison here for a little bit. If you are an Allison fan who does not want to hear me talk bad about her, just skip a couple minutes. I'll try to keep it short, but I just want to express my opinion. Oh, wait, first of all, I put this in the comments of the last video, but I'm going to say it here, and this is the only time I will ever say this, okay? I had someone, an Allison fan, come into the comments of my last video and basically said that I was wrong, that Toby was in the wrong, Allison was awesome, and then she called me, I'm assuming it was a she, called me a effing bitch. Now, effing is not the word she used, but I think you know what word she used. I don't have to say it. And look, I don't care if you don't like Toby. I don't care if you like Allison. I really don't care if you don't agree with me on anything. Really, I don't care. That's fine. You're entitled to your opinion just like I'm entitled to mine. But if you come onto my channel and call me names like that, call me curse words, I will not hesitate to block you, report you for harassment. I will not tolerate that stuff. Like I said in my About Me video, I'm done with being bullied. I've gotten over it. If you have a problem with me, I don't care. And you calling me names speaks to your character and not mine. So, grow up. Put your big girl pants on. Not everyone is going to agree with you all the time. In the real world, if you have a disagreement with someone, like if your coworker says something you don't agree with and you call her an effing bitch, your boss will fire you. You don't talk to people like that in the adult world. So put on your big girl pants, act like an adult, and it's okay if you want to tell me you disagree with me. I don't mind. Like, I will talk to you about stuff, and even if you have a different opinion. I don't care. Just be mature. And, you know, it's a TV show. They're fictional characters. They're not real. So grow up. Like, you realize that I'm a real person. You guys are real people. Don't call real people with real feelings names like that, because it's rude, disrespectful, and just not okay. So if you call me or anyone else in the comments names like that, I will block you, report you for harassment, and you're gone forever. No second chances on stuff like that. So bye-bye to that person, and if any of you have a problem with me or don't want to hear what I have to say, that's fine. Don't subscribe to me. But do not come onto my videos and call me or anyone else names, because it's immature and I will not tolerate it. So that is the only time I will say that. You do not get a warning. You do it once, bye-bye, gone forever. I will not tolerate it at all. Now that we've made that clear, I'm going to talk about Toby and Allison. Again, don't want to hear it. Just skip a couple minutes until I'm done talking about it. All right? Good. Let's all get along here. So I get what you guys are saying, that Allison helped the girls. Yes, she did. But I feel like while Allison has apologized to the girls, she told the girls, you know, last episode especially, that she felt bad. As far as we know, from what we've seen, she never told Toby that. And, you know, I think she hurt him more than she hurt anyone else. She set him up for a crime she committed. She blackmailed him and got him sent to juvenile detention. She ruined his life. And you know what? I think something we forget, other than the girls and Ezra, because Arya told him, I don't know if Caleb knows or not, everyone in that town, even his own family, thinks that he did it. Oh, and obviously Jenna doesn't know because Jenna was there, so I'm assuming, yeah, Jenna knows the truth. So everyone else in that town still thinks he did that. And I just think that's so awful, and I feel like the least Allison could do is say, I'm sorry I did that to you. We've never seen her do that, so I don't blame Toby for not trusting her. Like, he has no reason to think that she's sincere because she hasn't shown him that she's sincere. And I mean, I don't think Toby wants to hate Allison. I don't think that's the kind of person he is. I just think he said, you know, like he said to Spencer, I do not trust her fully. And it's not like he's being rude to her or calling her names or anything. He's just acting kind of like cold, yet civil towards her, you know? And Allison's picked up on that. And I just feel like if she said, I'm sorry, I regret my actions, it would not take back the past at all. But I feel like that would be appreciated. And that would, you know, show Toby that she's sorry. She wants to make it right. Like, I feel like she has not given him any reason to think that she's sorry. Like, she hasn't told him. I mean, if she said that she was sorry, we never saw it. Like, I mean, all the interaction between them we've seen, she's never acted apologetic. So I feel like he has no reason to suspect that she's apologetic. I mean, she's acted apologetic towards the girls, which is kind of why the girls trust her again, but she's never acted that way to Toby. So for all he knows, she doesn't feel sorry for it at all. And I just feel like that's it. I feel like she should at least say she's sorry. I mean, she made him suffer so much, it's the least she can do. Not to mention, we know that the day she went missing, she saw Ian's tape, so she knew that Jenna was raping Toby. And yes, it is rape. That is exactly what it is. I don't hear enough people refer to it as that. I hear all these people saying, oh, I feel so bad for Jenna. Poor Jenna. She's blind and her girlfriend died and blah, blah, blah. You forget that she raped Toby. And I mean, I don't know about you, but I have no sympathy for rapists. I mean, even murder is justified in certain circumstances, but rape never is. And I don't forgive someone who raped somebody. I do not. Under any circumstances, you know, you can apologize all you want. You're still a rapist. In my book, I don't care. So I have no sympathy for Jenna at all. Anyway, just saying. I've said that before. You know what? I've said before that Allison's my least favorite character might actually be Jenna because of the rape thing. Because that's despicable, disgusting. I have no sympathy for Jenna. So anyway, that's just my opinion on it. I feel like at the very least, she owes him an apology. Oh, what was I saying before I went on the Jenna tirade? So we know that she found out that day watching the video that Jenna raped Toby, and she still didn't do anything about it, which is also just really, really terrible. Like, I know she only found out that day, Labor Day, but, you know, when she came back to town, she could have done something about it, or, like, at least told Toby she was sorry that night when she saw him, because we know they did talk. We have never seen their conversation, though, which I have said before is a little strange, I think. Sometimes I wonder if maybe there's something that happened that's not, like, exactly what they're telling us. But anyway, that's a whole other story. I talked about that before. So that's just my opinion on the whole thing. I talked about this for a little longer than I intended. I'm sorry. I just feel a passionate need to defend Toby Kavanaugh. So, yeah, and honestly, I don't trust her either, so I'm in the same boat as him. And, you know, to be honest, I think if the roles were reversed, the fandom would show Toby no mercy. That's honestly what I think. So, it's okay if you like Allison and you think Toby's being a jerk. I don't care. Just don't, you know, take it out on me. Let's all be adults here. Now, let's just talk about the episode itself, what was going on in it. Now, so apparently Andrew is adopted. What really bugs me is they would never have told Ezra that. They would never tell him that Andrew was adopted. They would keep that private. Like, if some guy calls the hospital pretending to be a cop, they're not going to give away that kind of information. In real life, that would never happen. Now, I'm not saying that means Ezra's lying. Maybe it's just one of those things that happens in PLL. It's not realistic. Or, you know, maybe he is lying. I know some people don't trust Ezra. So, you know, I guess you have to decide that for yourself if you think he's lying or not. Whether you want to trust Ezra or not. But it looks like Andrew was definitely not A because he was still in jail when that video was filmed. And I am still incredibly suspicious of Sarah Harvey. It seems like such a weird situation to me. Like, first of all, I don't know how she wouldn't wake up during that. Like, there's somebody with a knife, like, pressed up to her back, and she's still sleeping? Really? That doesn't make any sense to me. Like, how would she not wake up? Like, if someone's, like, right there with a knife, like, basically up against you, and you sleep through it? And, you know, she put the pillows in her bed when she was in the shower, which was weird. Like, why'd she do that? It doesn't make sense. And I just also find it so weird that no one from her old life has come to see her. Like, okay, she claims her mom just doesn't really care. Okay, but you're telling me no one wants to see her? No one at all? Not any of her friends? Not any of her other family? You know, where are all these people? Like, are you telling me that no one in her life cared about her at all? I just think that's really weird. So maybe it's not that they don't want to see her, but she doesn't want to see them. I still think she could possibly be Bethany Young. I am not ruling that out. I still think she's so sketchy. I'm pretty sure that no matter what, even if you are sure she's Sarah Harvey, you can agree that she's being totally sketch. And apparently Sasha Petersa said that in the summer finale, I think she said, we're going to find out that someone who we thought was dead isn't. Perhaps we will find out that Sarah Harvey is Bethany Young, and maybe she'll actually be the A reveal that we get. Of course, that would mean that there's an Uber A who's higher up than Bethany, but, well, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. And so, let's also talk about Charles. The whole crazy Charles debacle. First of all, Marlene King said Charles is A 100%, which has to be a lie if Charles really is dead, like Allison says in the promo. Hypothetically, Allison could be lying when she says that Charles is dead because we did not hear what Mr. De Laurentiis said to Jason and Allison. But I don't know why Allison would lie about that. How would that benefit her saying Charles is dead when he isn't? I don't know how that would help her any. So I don't know why she would lie about that. If you can think of a reason why she'd lie about that, you know, say it in the comments. I just can't think of one off the top of my head. So, assuming Charles is dead, he's not A, obviously, unless it's going to be some Ravenswood BS where A is a ghost. Maybe that would explain how A can be in all these places at once. So anyway, if Charles is dead, then it's safe to say he's not A. Which means that the person who is A is probably doing this for Charles. I have theorized that I thought Bethany was related to Toby, but maybe that's wrong. It was just a theory, a crazy theory that, I kind of just latched onto. I really liked that theory, and, but I still think perhaps Bethany could be doing this for Charles. We do know for a fact, because it was spoiled by ABC Family, that Charles was in Bradley. This is why I think, Jason remembers, Mr. D said that Charlie had to go away, and then he never saw Charlie again. I think that, they sent him to Bradley, so Mr. D told Jason, hey, Charlie has to go away, and kind of like how Mrs. D, got Allison to forget that memory of the yellow dresses, they did the same thing to Jason, where he forgot that Charlie was anything but an imaginary friend. And so he went to Bradley, I think. And then he died at some point after meeting Bethany. Now, I don't know exactly what the nature of their relationship would be. I would need to think about this more. This is kind of off the top of my head right now because I said, man, I should make a video. It's already Thursday. So I feel like perhaps Charles is her motivation. She's getting justice for Charles because they met in Radley and things transpired between them. Now, the question is, why is she going after the girls? That's a good question. I was going to say maybe that Charles, whatever, Chucky, he died in the Jenna thing because that's obviously the worst thing the girls ever did. Though I think the Rosewood police aren't so incompetent that they wouldn't have noticed that someone died that night. So, maybe the girls killed Charles the night Allison disappeared because they were, drugged and drunk. And they don't even remember it. Who knows? That's a possibility. But, I'm thinking that Charles, if he's truly dead, like the promo for next week says, he is not A, he is the Y. And I think this person, Bethany, or whomever, is motivated by what happened to Charles. And, also, I don't know why, if A was Charles, why they would let the liars find out their name, So, yeah. Maybe it was kind of just A's way of saying, yeah, this is why I'm doing this to you, because of Charles. If, A is Charles, why would they give away their name? That would, expose themselves. Doesn't make any sense. So I think Charles isn't the who, but the why. There you go. So, yeah. That's, I think, all I gotta say. So Andrew is definitely not A, but he has to connect somehow, I guess. I don't know why they'd throw this adoption twist at us if it wasn't somehow important. I'm not too happy about it, but, whatever. At least Andrew is probably not Jason's twin. That would make me throw something at my TV. I'm still kind of upset they're going to throw in a dealer into sibling, probably. That's how it looks. But, whatever. Guess that's how the cookie crumbles, as they say. I don't know why I used that metaphor. It's kind of a lame one, and something I never say, ever. But it just came to me, and I am a loser. So anyway, not too crazy about the Jason probably having a twin thing, but c'est la vie. And that's just rough theories about how this whole thing is going to pan out. Tell me what you think. Be kind and mature and think before you type. Feel free to give this video a big thumbs up. That would make me smile. If you're not subscribed, please do already. But hey, if you don't want to hear my opinions, that's fine too. Just click off the channel. I won't be offended. And yeah, so think before you type. I'll see you next week for another episode that I'd say hopefully a better episode, but I have no faith in Marlene, so I'm going to say instead for an episode that may or may not be worse than this one. Alright guys, so thank you for watching, be kind to one another, and I'll see you soon. Bye!